Welcome to the third day class for metal cutting and machining. Here it is Professor R. Surendran from Government College of Technology, Coimbatore. As the online course for GATE for the Tamil Nadu Government College of Engineering, Government College Engineering students and Government Aided College. So we are conducting the online course in GCT under the guidance of Tamil Nadu government, and it is sponsored by the TechCube. So this is the third day class. Myself, Professor R. Surendran. I am going to handle the metal cutting and machining operations. So we will see the questions one by one. We are having grinding operation. Grinding is the surface finishing operation. After the machining operation, the grinding can be done. The grinding may be internal grinding or external grinding. So it may be grinding broadly divided into cylindrical grinding and centerless grinding. So here there is one question is there. The grinding wheel is loaded. The grinding wheel is loaded. Loaded means, what is the term we should know? The grinding wheel is loaded. The grinding wheel loaded means particles, metal particles get embedded in the wheel surface, blocking between the intersurface between the cutting grains. So we are having cutting grains. We are having cutting grains. So particles clogged. The workpiece particle get clogged. This can be seen in the microstructure. So in the microstructure, the particles get clogged. That the particles get embedded in between the wheel surface, blocking the interface between the cutting grain. These are the interface between the cutting grain. So particles are getting clogged. So then it is termed as loading. Next question we are going to see is, which one of the following material is the bonding material? We are going to know about the bonding material. So this is the bonding material. We can observe silicon carbide, sodium silicate, boron carbide and aluminum oxide. These are the four materials given the option. So we can know that silicon carbide is the abrasive, boron carbide is the abrasive, and aluminum oxide also abrasive. So these three are come under the category of abrasive. So it is bonding material. Bonding material is sodium silicate. Bonding material is sodium silicate. So this is the bonding material. Now we are going to see about the loading condition. Loading condition, what are the conditions which are supposed to be make the loading in grinding wheel? So we are having four options. Grinding wheel is soft. No, for the loading condition it should be odd. The RPM or grinding wheel is too low. Yes, it is correct. Cut is very fine. For fine cut, the loading will not take place. An improper cutting fluid is used. So when the improper cutting fluid is used means, so it causes the loading. So 2 and 4, it is Calcutta. So grinding wheel is soft. When the grinding wheel is soft, the loading does not take place, and the RPM of the grinding wheel is low means the loading take place, and for high depth of cut, the loading take place, and when we use the improper cutting fluid, loading will occurs. The grinding wheel nomenclature is asked in this question. The sequence of the marking, so it is 5 letter. The grinding wheel is specified by 5 letter: alphabet, number, alphabet, number, alphabet. So in what is the sequence the grinding wheel is specified? The first alphabet represent the abrasive type. So the first alphabet it is abrasive type. So option A and C are cancelled. So next is number. Next number represent the grain size. So this option also cancelled. So option B is right. We are having abrasive type. It is the alphabet. Next 14 is the grain size. This is abrasive type, grain size, and next thing is structure. We are having grade, and another number, that is the structure. Next alphabet, that is bond. So we can say that the first one represents the abrasive type, and second one represents the grain size, the third one represents the grade, the fourth number is represent the structure, and fifth is bond type. It may be types of bond. The next question we are going to see is which is not related to the grinding. In the grinding, there are some phenomenal terms. The truing is the restoring the cutting surface. Truing is the process of restoring the cutting surface. Truing is the process of when we lose the cutting action, again it has to be restored. The restoring of cutting surface can be done by diamond tool. That process is called as truing. And improving the cutting action, already the tool is cutting, but it cuts at less performance. So, for improving the cutting action, the process is named as dressing. And the glazing is the process of make the cutting edge broken and made the shiny appearance. So, here cutting edge broken and the shiny appearance on the surface. So, that can be termed as glazing. So, buffing is the super finishing operation. So, it is a surface finishing operation. So, here this question is not, which is not related to the grinding. So, truing related to the grinding, dressing related to the grinding, glazing related to the grinding. Truing is the restoring the cutting action with the help of diamond tool, and the dressing is the improving the cutting action with the help of tool, and the glazing is the edge broken and made the shiny appearance. Next question is also the specification of grinding wheel. So, specification of grinding wheel, it is the 6-letter code. So, you can observe 6-letter code. So, in grinding wheel specification, we are having only 5-letter code. It starts with alphabet. So, we have to neglect this. This is the manufacturer code. And remaining alphabet letter, alphabet number. So, here what they are asking, this 36 represent. So, alphabet, number. So, this is abrasive type and this one is the grain size. So, the grain size is the answer. So, 36 represent the grain size. So, here the another letter also is there, it is also a manufacturer code. So, we have to take from the alphabet to alphabet. So, then only the grinding wheel nomenclature can be noted. So, this 36 represent the grain size. So, our option is option C. This is the question which we already discussed. The specific cutting energy is more. When the specific cutting energy is more, it is fluffing force is significant due to the small chip size. The small chip size because of the create the fluffing force, the specific cutting energy is more in grinding. When compared to all the machining operations, specific cutting energy for grinding is more. So, this is the question which are asked in the competitive exams. Which of the following material are used in the grinding wheel? So, in grinding wheel, what are the different types of abrasives are used? So, here aluminum oxide, yes, we can use, and cubic boron nitride, it can also be used, and silicon carbide. So, our option is A. All the things are used in grinding wheel, all are abrasives. So, we can use all the three. So, which one of the thing is not the synthetic abrasive material? So, the abrasive are classified into two types. One is natural abrasive and other one is synthetic abrasive. So, here synthetic abrasive or aluminum oxide is synthetic abrasive, titanium nitride is synthetic abrasive, and cubic boron nitride is synthetic abrasive. So, here the question is not question. Our answer is silicon carbide because it is the natural abrasive. So, the abrasive are classified into natural abrasive and synthetic abrasive. Silicon carbide is natural abrasive. The remaining all the three are synthetic abrasive. So, we can easily find out the odd man out, that is silicon carbide. So, our question is which of the following operations is carried out at minimum cutting velocity? The machines are equally rigid and tool work material are same. So, the machine should be rigid and the tool work material are the same. So, these two material are same. So, in this is the answer you have to find out. It is the milling. Why it is milling? In milling the chip thickness varies from maximum to minimum and cutting force varies from maximum to minimum. So, it is continuous, it is a intermittent cutting operation. So, here chip thickness varies from minimum to maximum, maximum to minimum, and cutting force also maximum to minimum. So, for equally rigid machines, so we have to use the milling. So, milling, it is an intermittent cutting operation. So, because of that we can do the process with minimum cutting velocity. Now, we are having a beautiful question. Consider the following statements in respect of grinding. So, this is the characteristic features of grinding. Whenever you see the grinding operation, you should observe these characteristic features. What are they? The size of chip cut is very small. Yes, in grinding, small chips are produced because it is surface finishing operations. The cutting angles of grid have random geometry. Yes, each grid has random geometry. It cannot be fixed. So, each grids are having random geometry. So, the option 2 and 3 are correct. The pitch of the grid cutting edge is larger. No, it is smaller. So, the option A is wrong. So, our option is 2 and 3. So, we can easily remember the pitch of the grid cutting edge is less than the top pitch of the milling cutter. Pitch of the milling cutter will be more, pitch of the grit will be less. So, it is lesser. So, they are mentioned as larger. It is the wrong statement. So, other two are correct. So, it is a cutting grid is random geometry and size of chip is small, very small. So, 2 and 3 is option. So, next question we are going to talk is, this is also for abrasive material. So, whenever there is abrasive material, you have to find out as an engineer whether it is abrasive material. So, here the question is, which one of the following is not? In competitive exam will be on not. At least 10 to 15 question will come as not. So, which one of the following is not abrasive material? So, aluminum oxide is abrasive material, silicon carbide is abrasive material, cubic boron nitride is abrasive material, but manganese oxide is not abrasive material. So, this is not question, so this should be selected. This is a not question, we have to select the wrong answer. So, you should be cautious. While reading, you should forget the not. If you forget the not, you will shade A. Aluminum oxide is abrasive. Without reading another 3, you will make aluminum oxide as abrasive material. So, you can shade the A. So, that is wrong option, because here in the question it is asked as not. Not means not the abrasive material. So, here manganese oxide is not an abrasive material. We are having the peripheral speed of the grinding wheel 100 mm dia and velocity 30 meter per second, estimated rotation speed. So, V equal to pi d n by 60, V equal to pi d n by 60, this formula can be used. So, diameter is given in 100 mm, so we can convert into meter, so we can 0.1, and velocity is 30 meter per second, so it will be right. So, we have to calculate n. So, it is a simple formula. The question may be put it in this way. It is the peripheral speed of the grinding will be taken in the revolution per minute. So, rotational speed they are asking, velocity is given and diameter is given. So, velocity is given, diameter is given, you can easily find out this formula. By using this formula, you can calculate the answer. For the question V equal to pi d n by 60, previous question, the answer will be 5730. When you calculate, the answer will be 5730. It is the RPM. Now, we are having the question, we have to compare the surface speed of grinding wheel to the top workpiece. So, workpiece speed compared with the grinding wheel speed. So, you should know that speed of the grinding wheel, speed of the grinding wheel is very, very high, that too 60 to 75 times of velocity of the workpiece. So, the option D is answer. So, whenever it is grinding, the workpiece speed is lesser and the grinding wheel speed is higher. That too, it is 60 to 75 times. So, it is not double, it is not same, it is not less. So, it is higher. Grinding wheel will rotate at a fast speed. So, we should make a note. Here the plunge grinding is given. It is a peculiar problem. We are having plunge grinding. So, plunge grinding operation. So, what they are asking? Specific energy. Specific energy is nothing but it is the energy per unit volume. Energy per unit volume is called as specific energy. So, what the energy? It is Newton meter. This is meter cube. So, Newton by meter square or Newton by mm square. So, unit is Newton by mm square. It is for specific energy. It is energy per unit. How we are going to calculate? So, we have to calculate the energy first. Energy, how you are obtaining? The force into velocity. So, force into velocity means it is Newton, this one is meter per second. So, Newton meter per second, joule per second, it is watt. So, in the numerator, force into velocity will come, and the denominator, it is the velocity. And so, what are the terms we are having? So, first of all, this will be notated as small v. So, this will be capital V can be calculated as V equal to pi dn, V equal to pi dn. Here d is 0.2, pi into 0.2, n is 3000, n is 3000. So, this is the value for, so we are using this value and this value for calculating the velocity of the grinding wheel. And the table speed, this small v is the table speed. This is table speed is meter per minute. So, here also we are using meter per minute. So, it is not meter per second. So, totally we are having joule per minute here, the numerator. So, here also we are having minute. Okay. And depth of cut is 0.02, depth of cut is 0.02. We have to add depth of cut 0.02, here 2.5, and so now we are having the plunge grinding operation. It is the F into V, V into D into width of the cut. So, width of the cut is 2 centimeter. 2 centimeter means we have to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. So, when you substitute these values, you can get 7.54 into 10 to the power of 4 Newton per mm square. So, here all the variables are converted into meter. After that, you have to convert into millimeter. So, you should remember that the value here coming is millimeter. So, what we are having, this is also meter per minute and meter. Okay. So, everything is meter, this is meter per minute. So, final answer will come in the meter square. We have to convert into Newton per mm square. So, instead of 10 to the power of 4, it will come as 10 to the power of 10, that is Newton per Newton per meter square. So, we have, when you convert into by 10 to the power of 6, you can get 7.54 into 10 to the power of 4. Now, we are having the question for the grinding wheel characteristics. So, this question deals with the grinding wheel characteristics. The first statement is aluminum oxide and silicon carbide are used for making grinding wheel. Yes, both are abrasives which can be used. Next, rubber bond flexible wheels. Yes, rubber is flexible, so rubber bond is used for flexible wheel. The grade means strength. Grade means strength of the binding material. Grade means strength of the grinding material. Negative rake angles are used for grinding high strength material. No, this is wrong. So it is for cemented carbide negative rake angle used, it is for not for in the grinding. So our option is 1, 2, 3. We can remember aluminum oxide and silicon carbide are abrasive material, rubber bond for flexible bond, flexible wheels. The grade means strength. The grade of the wheel means strength of the wheel. Strength of the bonding material. Strength of the bonding material. Grade means strength of the bonding material. Lapping. Now we are going to discuss about lapping. Lapping is the operation of producing loose surface finishing operations. Here the surface finish can be better obtained by loose dust type abrasives. Loose dust type abrasives. So in this they are giving the 4 characteristics. It is used to produce a geometrically true surface. No, it is wrong. It correct the minor surface imperfection, correct. It improve the dimensional accuracy, correct. It provide the close fit between the contact surface, correct. So the option is it will provide the very close fit and the dimensional accuracy and minor surface imperfection, but it does not work on the geometrically true surface. So our option is C. We are having, consider just the following parameters influence the axial feed rate. Axial feed rate of centerless grinding. So centerless grinding is the operation in which grinding wheel is there and regulating wheel is there. In between the workpiece is machined. So long slender rod, you have to project it. So this can be used for long slender rod can be produced by this method. And this is center of the grinding wheel and this is center of regulating wheel and center of workpiece. So the center may be deviated to a certain distance. So this is the operation used for mass production. The centerless grinding can be used for mass production. So these are some of the features for the centerless grinding. Here in this question, they are asked about the axial feed rate. Axial feed rate. It depends on the grinding wheel diameter. It does not depend on the grinding wheel diameter. It depends on the regulating wheel diameter. It does not depend on the speed of the grinding wheel. It depends on the speed of the regulating wheel. So our option is A. So you should remember the axial feed only depends on the regulating wheel. So the grinding wheel comes means it does not relate to the axial feed. The feed will take care of regulating wheel. So this regulating wheel is inclined at an angle of 0 to 8 degree. This regulating wheel is inclined at an angle of 0 to 8 degree, 0 degree to 8 degree. So there may not be separate feed is required. Because of the inclination, the axial feed will be provided. The axial feed can be calculated with the help of regulating wheel diameter and the speed of the regulating wheel. Next topic we are going to discuss is gear manufacturing operation, gear manufacturing operations. So in the question, the gear manufacturing, the accuracy is compared. We are having accuracy is compared. So for which one the maximum accuracy can be obtained? The finishing and accuracy can be obtained in gear robbing. So this is the most accurate. So we are having CRD. Okay, we are having CRD. And which one has the least accuracy? It is planning. So this option may be rejected. So Delhi is the right answer. So first planning, less accuracy. After that 3 shaper, and then form cutter, and then gear robbing. So planning, shaping, milling, obbing. So in that way the accuracy can be. We know that the famous question is which operation gives more accuracy, that is obbing. The next question we are going to see is internal gears. The internal gears are manufactured by. So internal gear means we should always know that it may be manufactured by gear shaper. So that too, the gear means rack may be made by rack cutter, but gear may not be made by rack cutter. So our option is option C. So it is the internal gears can be manufactured by gear shaper with pinion cutter, with pinion cutter. Now we are having different gear manufacturing process. So what are the process used for different gears? So first of all, we are having gears used for clocks. In clocks we are having thin gears. So thin gears can be made by stamping. So gears for clock, stamping. So these two options may come. Bakelite gear. This bakelite gear is made up of plastic. So this bakelite gear is made up of plastic. So we can move to next. Automobile transmission gears. This automobile transmission gears accuracy is needed. So D1. So this to fix, and B for B bakelite, what we know, this is third option. It is powder compacting. For B bakelite gear, powder compacting, and C aluminum gears 5. It is extrusion. It is extrusion. So the option A is correct. Gears for clock, stamping, gears for transmission, it is most accurate. So we can go for obbing, and the bakelite gears, powder compacting, aluminum gears, we can go for. Now we are having two different gear cutting operations. The first statement says that internal gears are cut on the gear shaper. Yes, it is true. Internal gears means it is shaper. Obbing is not suitable for cutting internal gears. Yes, that also true. Obbing is not suitable for cutting internal gears. So option A true, option B also true, but both are not interrelated. So option B. So now we are having gear ob. It is 60 teeth ob of differential arbor. So this is differential arbor having two start ob. So the index change gear ratio is asked. Index change gear ratio is asked. Is governed by which one of the following? So one revolution of the ob equal to 2 by 60, because it is two start. No, it is single start means 1 by 60. 2 by 60 of blank revolution. So option C. So index change ratio is decided by number of teeth and number of start. This is number of start, and this one is the number of teeth and number of start of the revolution, of the blank revolutions. Now we are having the question related to the gear obbing. The gear of which one of the following is not a feature of gear obbing? So here the question is not a feature of gear obbing. Yes, gear obbing produce high production rate, mass production. Gear obbing is generation of helical gear. Yes, it is possible. And a very accurate tooth profile. Yes, gear obbing is the accuracy method, but generation of internal gear is not possible. So this is the right answer. Option D is the right answer. The next question is beautiful question. A spur gear of 40 teeth is machined in a gear obbing machine in a double start thread, double start ob cutter. So we can gear blank. Here it is a blank rotation. Blank is rotated at 1 revolution, ob will rotate as 40 revolution when it is single start. So when the teeth is double start, for the 1 revolution of blank, the ob is rotated as 20 revolution. You should remember that compared to the blank, ob will rotate faster. So here the twist is there. What is the ratio of ob and blank? So ob and blank means maybe C or D, because ob rotate faster. So it is for single start ob cutter. So here the case is double start ob cutter. So our option is option D. Since it is the double start cutter, the orb will rotate 20 times than that of blank. So, for the 40 teeth, so we have to divide by 2. So, 40 by 2 we can get 20. We are having gear shaping question is there. Gear shaping is a process of manufacturing gears. Yes, in gear shaping the gears can be manufactured. Which are the following principle employed by it? First we have to decide gear shaping is form type, gear forming, form cutting or generating cutting. So, definitely it is a generating cutting, the teeth are generated. So, we are having generating with reciprocating cutter, we are generating with the reciprocating cutter, we are generating with the rotating cutter, or both reciprocating and revolving cutter. In gear shaping, we should know that we are using two types of cutter. Pinion cutter, this is the rotating cutter, and the rack cutter, this is the reciprocating cutter. So, our option is D. It is a generating operation having both reciprocating cutter and revolving cutter. So, we are having which of the following methods are gear generating process. So, gear manufacturing process is broadly classified into gear forming process and gear generating process. This gear forming and gear generating process. In gear forming we are having gear milling, in gear generating we are having gear obbing and gear shaping. So, these two are, so our option 1 and option 2 are right. So, these two are right answer, and the 3 will not come, it is a gear forming process. So, we are having some machining operations. So, in this question, what are the machining operations used for gear manufacture? So, we are using the milling and broaching. Broaching also can be used for gear teeth and obbing, but roll forming cannot be used. So, option is 1, 2 and 4. So, we know that the form milling can be used for gear manufacture, broaching can be used for gear manufacturing, and obbing is the accurate method of gear manufacturing, and it is also obbing is the fastest method. Fast and accuracy means obbing. So, roll forming cannot be used to make the gears. So, our option is 1, 2, 4. This question is relevant to the gear forming operation, gear forming by milling operations. So, the statement 1, gears produced by employing form cutting principle on a gear milling machine are not accurate. Yes, it is not accurate. The accuracy means gear obbing should be used. Fastest method, gear obbing is used. Form cutter or milling cutter should not produce accurate teeth. Reason behind that, production of correct gear growth profile employ form cutting requires separate cutter. For each and every one separate cutter with different number of teeth, same model, errors associated. This because of error inaccurate. Yes, in milling operations those errors can be observed. So, because of that error it is inaccurate. So, assertion is correct, reason is the correct reason. So, we are having the option A. So, form cutting principle not very accurate because of error inaccuracy. Here we are having two statements. One statement is about gear obbing, another statement is about gear shaping. Gear obbing is used if the quantities are large. Yes, mass production. Gear obbing, mass production. We know that gear obbing means mass production, accuracy and fastest method. The gear shaping produce internal splines, that also true. So, gear shaper, internal gears in blind rows, internal splines, both are true, but these two reasons are not interrelated. So, option B. So, when it is the correct reason, we can put the option A. The reason is not correct. Reason. So both are different. So we are having option B. Now we are going to see about the grinding which may ask in the GATE exam. So the standard specification is given alphabet, number, alphabet, number. So these are our target area. This is the manufacturing code. So A for aluminum oxide. So it may be among these two. The mesh size is, it is grain size. Mesh size is nothing but it is grain size. So A46. This is abrasive type and this one is the grain size. So we are having correct option C. So this is wrong. So aluminum oxide of mesh size 46, and we are having the structure. This is the grade, and this is the structure, and this one is the bond. So in this question, these two variables are asked. So it is aluminum oxide of mesh size 46. Here in this question, they are going to discuss about the centerless grinding, that for longitudinal feed or axial feed. We already seen this question. So it purely depends on the regulating wheel. So there is no regulating wheel is there. So regulating wheel also called as control wheel. Regulate, control, both are same. Regulating wheel, control wheel. So it depends on the diameter of the, this D represent the diameter of the regulating wheel or diameter of the control wheel. So for axial longitudinal feed, the formula V equal to Vf equal to pi d n sin alpha. You should remember this formula also. By using this formula, we can get some numerical problems also. So we are having some statement here, a grinding wheel. So nomenclature is given. So is specified for finish grinding of HSS cutting tool. So they are going to find the appropriate choice. So it is for finish grinding. So finish grinding, this abrasive is correct. So this may not come, and grade is also correct. Grade is the, we are having abrasive type. We are having two types of abrasive. It is A and Al2O3 and silicon carbide. This Al2O3 is used for high tensile strength material. So here the material is finish grinding specified for HSS cutting tool. So we can use abrasive as A, but the grain size is not correct. It is for finish grinding, the value is very less, so it may not be suitable. For finish grinding, the value should be, the grain size value should be more, so it may not be suitable, and the grade is also will not come. The grade is correct and abrasive type is correct. The grain size is value is less, so it may not be used for, this grain size is incorrect, so we are rejecting the options. So C is the correct one. C is the correct one. Compared to the conventional machining, which of the machining operation has maximum specific energy? Maximum specific energy. The G itself represents that it is grinding energy. G for grinding. You can easily remember it has the maximum specific energy. So compared to our turning, it has a lesser than the top grinding, and the drilling also less, and the planing also less. Why in grinding the maximum specific energy is needed? Because of the fluffing force and more contact area. Contact area will be more and the fluffing force is there. So because of that, this specific energy will be maximum. Yes. Now we are going to discuss about the grinding ferrous alloys. See, for grinding ferrous alloys, which one is suited? For grinding ferrous alloys which is suited. So, for ferrous alloy you can automatically choose Al2O3 because for ferrous it is a high tensile strength material, so Al2O3. For non-ferrous it is the low tensile strength material, so automatically silicon carbide. So, here the option is C. The next question we are going to see is oddness of the grinding wheel. The oddness of the grinding wheel. So, abrasive type, grain size and grade, structure, bond. So, this grade represent the oddness. Grade represent the oddness. So, first of all we should remember. It is a famous question there. The oddness of the grinding wheel can be notated as alphabet. So, this is the alphabet. So, oddness represented by alphabet. So, that is the important question, alphabet. Okay, here the question is different. The oddness of the grinding wheel is determined by, it is determined by the ability to retain abrasive. So, it is the ability to retain abrasive with the bond. So, that ability can be called as oddness. Next question we are going to discuss is glazing. It is nothing but when the grinding wheel is said to be glazed. Glazed means sharp cutting edge break and it forms the shiny appearance. What you can call shiny appearance. So, grains have become blunt. So, grains become blunt but do not fall out. So, it is do not fall out, it makes a shiny appearance. So, it is blunt and do not fall out. So, that is the glazing. If the gap between the grains is filled with swab, that we already discussed, gap between grains filled with swab. So, it can be called as loading, that is the loading. So, option B is the loading. So, here the correct option is glazing means blunt, cutting edges blunt and made the shiny appearance So, here we are having the question abrasive grain characteristic features are analyzed. Abrasive grains, it has the large negative rake angle, yes, it has the large negative rake angle. It has the low shear angle, that also true, and high cutting speed. Grinding itself high cutting speed, rake angle is negative, it is negative rake angle, that too large, and the shear angle is less. So, option A is the right answer. And the tool life of the grinding wheel can be, it is the time taken between the successive dressing. Dressing is the thing we should be done for the improving the cutting action. So, tool life of the grinding wheel is the successive wheel dressing. For normally for some tools is the successive regrind. For grinding wheel dressing, time between the two successive dressing. Here having the term, important term, what is that? Grinding ratio. Grinding ratio is the volume of work material removed to the top volume of wheel wear. Volume of work material removed to the top volume of wheel wear. That is called as grinding ratio. It may be greater number. So, wheel will wear less. So, if it is reciprocal means it will be fraction. So, you can easily eliminate the wheel wear is less compared to the top removal of work material. It will be the fraction. So, option A will be removed. These two options are irrelevant. So, volume of work material removed to the top, volume of wheel wear, tool, grinding wheel material. Okay. So, that is called as grinding ratio. Next question is also related to the grinding ratio. The grinding ratio of 200 implies, this volume of workpiece removed by the volume of grinding wheel, removed, volume of the grinding wheel removed. So, the grinding wheel workpiece is 200 times, here grinding wheel is 200 times, this option is wrong. So, this is the right option. Grinding wheel wears 0.05 times of volume of the material removed. So, 1 by 200 it can be come as 0.005. So, it is inverse. So, this is the thing we have observed, it is the grinding ratio. So, it is inverse of 1 by 200, 1 by 200 is 0.005. So, these two options are irrelevant. So, first and the second options are mostly relevant, but you can see that don't grinding wheel wears less. So, it is 200 times mean more. So, it is wrong. So, therefore, it is 1 by 200 grinding wheel wears less. So, it is 0.005. When there is in turning, there is a machinability problem, metal force machinability problem in turning. What is the reason behind that? So, in turning, the length of contact should be minimum. So, length of contact increased due to production of continuous chips. So, it will create some machinability problem. So, in turning, because of the continuous chips, length of contact increase, it will create the problem. So, that is the problem for the machinability problem in turning. So, we are having awning operations here. So, awning is the operations which can be done with the help of abrasive sticks. So, it on the periphery we are having abrasive sticks. On the periphery we are having abrasive sticks. On the periphery we are having abrasive sticks. So, with the help of abrasive sticks, it can be rotated. It forms the dimensional form accuracy of a hole can be maintained. It is a bore. Bore means hole. This dimensional and form accuracy of the hole can be created by awning tool. So, awning is the operation carried out by with the help of abrasive sticks. So, the option is option D. Reaming is a surface finishing operation. Reaming is the hole finishing operation. Lapping is the surface finishing operation with the help of loose dust type abrasives. This awning is the operation to correct the ovality of the hole. It forms a dimensional and form accuracy. Form means shape. Whenever there is the oval in the ovality, so it can be reduced by awning. So, dimensional accuracy can be made. So, in a small lot production, so we are doing the small lot production. What we are going to cut? Machining T slots. So, these T slots can be cut by small lot production. Which one is preferable? So, T slot can be cut by not on shape machining, broaching machine, small lot. Vertical milling machine is preferable. For small lot production of T slot on machine table, it is expected to use vertical milling machine for T slots. We are having different manufacturing process. So, we have to make. So, square hole in high strength alloy, it is square hole in high strength alloy, it is electro discharge machining. Square hole in ceramic component, this ceramic component is ultrasonic machining because ceramic is brittle material. Ceramic is brittle material. For brittle material, the machining process suitable is ultrasonic machining. Blind holes in die can be hole is a hole making process drilling. Turbine blade profile can be matched by electrochemical machining. The complexity in profile can be made by electrochemical machining. So, these are the different things you should remember for the manufacturing, different manufacturing. Now, we are having different manufacturing process having different characteristics. So, finish turning as the nose radius and the forming should be done at the low speed. The thread cutting operation always zero rack is preferable. Down milling, it is a backlash eliminator. In down milling, there may be some error, that backlash occur. Because of that, we should know that for down milling is not used. Only up milling is a conventional milling. Up milling is a conventional milling. Down milling produce the backlash error. Because of that, so we are eliminating, not using the down milling. Now we are having the questions on tree panning. What do you mean by tree panning? Tree panning is the producing the large hole without drilling. So it is a large hole is produced, but without drilling. And next question, the strong screw threads are produced by, it is strong screw threads are produced by thread rolling. Strong means compared to all the three operations, thread milling, thread chasing, thread cutting with single point, all are machining. So all the three are machining, but only one forming operations. So this thread rolling, in forming operation we can get better strength. So strong means strength. So we can easily find out that thread rolling is the best option when compared to all the machining operations. So we are having a very good question which I had attended in DRDO interview. In 2001, I had attended the DRDO interview. In DRDO interview, this question is asked. So what is that question? It is a scientist entry test. I won't forget, it is a scientist entry test. In those days, they are conducting scientist entry test. So machinability of steel can be improved by the addition of, what are the metal, what are the elements we are going to add. So it may be sulfur or phosphorus and lead. I remember as a code word SPB. SPB, who is SPB? Is Singer. With the help of Singer, I came to know, I combined all the three elements. So here the option is A and C. Okay, it is not all the above, only A and C. Sulfur, phosphorus, lead is not there. Instead of silicon, lead is given means it will be all the above. Here only sulfur and phosphorus is the right answer. So option A and C is the best option. So this is a grinding wheel phenomena. It is repeatedly asked question in all the competitive exams. So what do you mean by dressing? Dressing is the first of all we will find the glazing. Glazing is the blunting. So loading is the clogging. Loading means clogging. And we are having truing. Truing means restoring the cutting action. Truing is the restoring the cutting action. Dressing is the improving the cutting action. So these are the two things we have to remember. So here shaping of grinding wheels, sharpening of the grinding wheel. Shape means we are restore. Shape means we are restore. Sharp means we are improve. Sharp means we are improve. Shape means we are restore. So it is another, we are restoring the cutting action. So now we are in a beautiful match. So we are having mechanism in one part and machine in another part. So this quick return mechanism is used in shaper. The toggle mechanism is used in press. So for Q 4 and toggle 5, so only one option is there. For P pantograph, it is engraver. Pantograph engraver, and remaining one thing, Ackerman. Ackerman is used in the steering. Ackerman steering is famous. So because Ackerman steering consists of only turning pair, Davis steering consists of both sliding pair and turning pair. Ackerman steering consists of only turning pair. So it is used in automobile. So option B is right. Now we are having the match. So high speed steel, stellite, cemented carbide, Yukon, these are tool materials and these are the process. So we know that high speed steel, so this high speed steel can be go for forging. So we can BRD. And stellite is the casting. So we can go log this. Cemented carbide, we are having powder metallurgy, and Yukon we has rolling. So Yukon can be produced by rolling. So this is the right option. D is the right option. So all are tool made by some manufacturing process, those processes are decided. Now we are going to discuss about the reaming. Reaming is used for, it is not for IMRR, it is not for position tolerance, it is used for dimensional tolerance. Even the fine surface finish may come, but dimensional tolerance is the most accurate answer. For dimensional accuracy, we are using the reaming operation. Now we are discuss the third day of the GATE online course conducted by GCT. So we have covered the syllabus. What are the syllabus? We are covering the grinding operations, gear manufacturing operations. You have to solve those questions and gather ideas relevant to the concept. So those important concepts have to be noted down, and it will be useful for all the competitive exams and the placement exams also. So here you should concentrate. First you should have the awareness, and the second thing is willingness. The third thing is you should go for preparedness. Then you will get readiness. You will get the success. So that is the thing you have to achieve it. So the preparation methodology is awareness, willingness, readiness, preparedness, success. Thank you. Cheers.